In this video, we'll begin to look at some real-life problems that we can solve using the substitution method of solving systems of linear equations. First, we have a drama club earns $1,040 for a production. A total of 64 adult tickets and 132 student tickets are sold. An adult ticket costs twice as much as a student ticket. Write a system of linear equations that represents the situation. What is the price of each type of ticket? So you can see in this type of problem, we have two things that are unknown. We don't know the price of the adult ticket, and we don't know the price of the student ticket, and that's what we're trying to solve for here. So I'm just going to make a note. Doesn't matter which we say is which, but I'm going to let X be price of adult ticket. Y is price of student ticket. All right, so now we have our two variables set up. So how are we going to find out uh, what the two different tickets sold for? Well, we have some information. Remember, with systems of equations, we have two equations. And so we should be able to construct two equations from the information that is given us here. Now, the first thing we know is this. We know that in terms of the money made, 64 adult tickets were sold. And if each adult ticket costs X dollars, then we have 64 times X. I'm going to call this revenue, and revenue is just the money that's brought in, revenue from adult tickets. It's not the price of the adult tickets, but it's the price of the adult tickets times the number of adult tickets that were sold. Then we can do something similar with the student tickets. We know that 132 student tickets were sold, and if they cost Y dollars each, then that 132 times Y will give us the revenue or the income from student tickets sold. And together, the revenue from the adult tickets plus the revenue from the student tickets should give us the total, which we know was told as $1,040 total revenue. All right, now that's one equation that we know, but we still have x's and y's, and we need to substitute out one of them. Now the only other piece of information that's going to help us here is that student tickets, adult tickets cost twice as much as student tickets. So if you recall that a student ticket sells for Y, and two of those would be equal to the adult ticket. So we can either say 2y is x or x is equal to 2y. And so this gives us something now to substitute out. So 2 times the student tickets are cheaper, so 2 of those, 2 times y, will give us the price of 1 adult ticket. So we're going to do what we've done all along in this process. We start with our first equation, 64x plus 132y equals 1,040. We can now substitute x for 2y. So we have 64 times 2y plus 132y is equal to 1,040. 64 times 2y is 128y plus 132y is equal to 1,040. We add 128 and 132 and we get 260y, and 260y equals 1,040. Now when we divide both sides by 260, we end up with y, which is the price of the student ticket, is exactly 4. So we know that y is 4. Now we've used the first equation, second equation. We've used the first equation, sorry. We use the first equation here. Now we're going to use the second equation to solve for x. And we know that 2y is equal to x, but y is equal to 4. And this makes sense because we know that the adult ticket has to be twice the price of the student ticket. And so our x value would be 8, our y value would be 4. If x is the adult price, then y would be the student price. All right, we still need to do one more thing here. We still need to do a check on this. So if we had 64 times the price of the adult tickets plus 132 times the price of the student tickets is equal to 1,040, then when we multiply 64 times x, which is 8, plus 132 times y, which is 4, we should get 1,040, and 8 times 64, we'll use our calculator here. 8 times 64 is equal to 512. So 512 here. 4 times 132. 4 times 132. And that's going to equal 528. And the question is, does 512 plus 528 equals 1,040? 500 and 500 is 1,000. 12 and 28 is 40. So we do get 1,040 is 1,040. And that checks. Have we answered the two questions? What is the price of the adult ticket? $8. What is the price of the student ticket? $4. And so we've answered that question. Let's go on to the next. In the next question, there are a total of 64 students in the drama club and yearbook club. The drama club has 10 more students than the yearbook club. Write a system of linear equations that represents this situation. How many students are in each club? So we're going to let x equal students in drama club. Y would be students in the yearbook club. And I'll just say yearbook. All right, so what we do know here is that there are a total of 64 students. And since we're trying to find out how many students are in each club, well, we know that x plus y, the students in the two groups, has to be 64. We can solve for y by subtracting x on both sides, and we get y is 64 minus x, or negative x plus 64. It doesn't really matter which we do. Now, what else do we know? We know that there are 10 more students in the drama club than there are in the yearbook club. So 10 more in the drama club. So which one has less? The yearbook club has less, and in this case y is the yearbook club. The yearbook club has less students. There are 10 more in the drama club than in the yearbook club. So we can do this two ways. In order for the yearbook club to equal, you'd have to add 10 more to the yearbook club to equal the drama club. All right, so you have to think about which one is less, so which one do you need to add more to? There's 10 more in the drama club, so you could also say that x minus 10, if we take away 10 from the drama club, we'll have the same number in the yearbook club. Those two equations are identical. All I would need to do is to the first one subtract 10 from both sides, and I would have the second one. So I do know that y is equal to 64 minus x. So using the first equation, I get 64 minus x plus 10 is equal to x. Now I'm going to combine like terms, and I get 74 minus x equals x. I add x to both sides, and I'm going to get 74 is 2x. Divide both sides by 2, and when I do, that tells me that x should be 37 students. Now, we do know, I'm going to erase that other form because that was the same exact equation, essentially, as the first one was. Now, if x is 37, I have another equation now that tells me that x plus y has to equal 64, or y is 64 minus x. I can either use x plus y is 64 or y equals 64 minus x. They're the same equation, just written slightly differently. They are the same thing. So y would then be 64 minus 37, and 64 minus 37 would be 27. And so if I am correct, then my solution should be x is 37, y is 27. So how am I going to check this? I used y equals 64 minus x already to find the y value. Now I'm going to go back to the first equation, which says that that the number of students in the drama club is 10 more than the number of students in the yearbook club. Drama club is X, which is 37. Yearbook is 27. So the drama club has 10 more than the yearbook club. So remember, y plus 10 is equal to x. If I added 10 to y, 27 plus 10, I should get x, which is 37, and 37 equals 37, and that is correct. So the solution to my equation, system of equations, is number of students in drama club, 37. I'll write that here. Number of students in the yearbook club, 27. All right. And that's going to do it then for these two problems. In the next videos, we'll go on to look at homework.